November 25, 1839. A booming international port city on the coast of India is completely erased from existence in a matter of hours. A monstrous 40-foot wall of ocean water surges inland, drowning 300,000 people and changing the map forever. This isn't a myth. This is the brutal reality of the 1839 Coringa cyclone, a tragedy so absolute that the city itself was never rebuilt, leaving its ruins buried beneath the mud as history's deadliest forgotten disaster. This is the minute-by-minute account of the day the ocean swallowed an entire empire's trade hub. This is the 1839 Coringa cyclone. In the early 1830s, Coringa is a jewel of the British East India Company. Thousands of merchants, dockworkers, and sailors packed the bustling shipyards daily, completely unaware of the atmospheric monster brewing out in the Bay of Bengal. The morning of November 25th brings an ominous, deep purple sky. The atmospheric pressure drops to terrifying lows as a massive tropical cyclone locks its sights directly onto the low-lying delta, completely plunging the midday into night. Without warning, the cyclone's intense winds push the shallow waters of the Bay of Bengal into a massive storm surge. A 40-foot wall of water slams straight into the river delta, instantly overriding the land and swallowing 20,000 vessels in a single breath. In less than an hour, the entire city of Coringa becomes an extension of the ocean floor. Streets turn into deep currents, houses are torn from their foundations, and an entire population is left fighting a losing battle against an environment that has completely vanished beneath the sea. As the eye of the storm passes, the massive volume of water that drowned Coringa begins to violently recede. The backward current acts like a giant vacuum, dragging the shattered remains of homes, warehouses, and thousands of victims out into the deep ocean. When the water finally clears, the vibrant port city is completely gone. In its place lies an endless, silent wasteland of gray silt and river sludge. Everything that stood for centuries is buried beneath a thick, suffocating blanket of mud. The silt is so deep that it completely chokes the mouth of the Godavari River. The natural shipping channels are instantly blocked, grounding surviving vessels miles away and preventing any hope of immediate rescue or relief from reaching the epicenter. Miles away in Calcutta, British East India Company officials notice a complete break in trade reports. For days, no ships arrive from the southern delta. It takes nearly a week for scouts to realize the terrifying truth. The entire infrastructure of Coringa had simply vanished. The surviving merchants and laborers realize the harbor is permanently ruined. The deep water port that once welcomed global fleets is now too shallow for any modern ship to navigate. The economic heart of the delta is dead, and the city would never recover. When the mud finally dries, the scale of the tragedy becomes almost impossible to calculate. The suddenness of the 40-foot storm surge, combined with the complete lack of high ground, claims over 300,000 lives, making it the second deadliest cyclone in human history. Recognizing that the river channels are permanently choked with millions of tons of silt, the British East India Company makes a cold economic choice. They pull their remaining operations out of the region and relocate to nearby ports, abandoning the city forever. Decades pass, and the ruins of the grand trade capital are slowly consumed by the surrounding mangrove forests and marshland. The stone walls crumble, the mud hardens, and what was once a booming global marketplace transforms into a forgotten ghost town. But the destruction of Coringa changes science forever. Struck by the scale of the disaster, a scientist named Henry Piddington begins collecting weather logs from ships in the Bay of Bengal, eventually coining the very word cyclone to describe these swirling atmospheric monsters. Today, the ruins of Coringa are completely buried beneath the mud and trees, but its legacy stands as a chilling warning to a modern world of rising sea levels, proving that when the ocean decides to rewrite the map, humanity's greatest cities can vanish in a single afternoon.